Hi everyone, I'm Jenny, I'm a wheelchair user and I'm paralysed from the waist down. I've recently been on holiday and this is how I get onto a plane, usually using an aisle chair. This is what they got me onto the plane with, but unfortunately on my flight they didn't have an aisle chair on board. So the flight with AlbaStar didn't get off to a great start. As you can see, they wouldn't let me sit anywhere near the front of the plane even though there were spare seats. Then when I asked if I could go to the toilet, they said no, that they wouldn't help, and they just proceeded to keep serving the drinks, which is great. So this is when I actually got to the toilet itself. This is my partner helping lift me onto the toilet. Obviously, this is quite a small space, so it was a bit of a struggle. But when you've got to go, you've got to go. So this is what we had to do. One staff member quite rudely told me that disabled people should just wear nappies on board, which I find bizarre that people think that that is the solution to this scenario.
Can you imagine either being told that or choosing to tell someone that after all of what had already happened, which Jenny does a great job of recounting there? It is just devastating. Literally nothing good happens on planes anymore. And a lot of stuff that I would have never thought of, how bad it is happening regularly. Having to drag yourself up the aisle because they didn't want to, I guess, put the thing where people weren't even sitting. There was space. I don't know what their policies are. I don't. But I don't care also. This clearly cannot be the way that you treat people. People who spend hundreds and hundreds, in this case, of pounds, because it's from the UK, to fly, being treated as an inconvenience. Jenny Berrie is the whole point of the flight. People like Jenny. That's why this is happening. You cannot make people do this. You can't subject them to this sort of treatment. Francesca, what do you think?
No, and the same goes for people who aren't able to fit into the very small seats on planes and have to buy two seats, and you're just like, that is not fair. This is incredibly ableist. It always has been. The fact that, yes, of course, front rows should be reserved for people with disabilities, right? Like that's basic stuff. And she's not alone. I mean, for those of you who are disabled or who know people in the disabled community, like, you understand this is not a rare occurrence. I have a friend who was forced out of his wheelchair upon getting into a plane brusquely and re-injured himself. This is someone who's been in rehab and trying to learn to walk again. Like, this does not happen on a rare, on a blue moon. It's all the time being treated like I don't know, just dehumanizing them. So this is disgusting to see, but she's so calm about it because clearly I think people with disabilities are used to just how much this society does not help them. I mean, and obviously if it's the UK, if you're on a flight, it doesn't matter. If it's some a-hole parked in a handicap spot or an a-hole blocking the ramps, or like places not even having ramps. There's so many ways that this world should be designed for all people and is not.
Yeah, no one should have to get used to this. I mean, there's a lot on planes that people should not have to have normalized. We're not even doing a full story on it, but I saw that there was a woman who had been she was trying to sleep with her head on the little flip down thing, and a guy in front of her who was apparently enraged by the fact that she bumped his chair at some point, slammed the seat back, hitting her head so hard that a week later she still had splitting pain from it.
Oh my God.
And they had to fight to get the flight attendants to care at all about what had happened. And in the end, the solution that they had was to just have him sit somewhere else. They weren't reprimanding him, anything. Eventually, when it became clear that charges were potentially going to be pressed, then they started to take it more seriously. And I understand the flight attendants have to deal every single flight with the craziest people in America who all have decided to fly simultaneously in the past couple of years. I get that, but this is no way. This is no way to treat people.